Terrifying things found in abandoned places. What the hell? Okay, let's see if it scares me.
I discovered a user on YouTube by the name Urbex Hill. The channel is primarily focused on exploring abandoned buildings and the unsettling transformations that take place within. Often isolated from the general public, you can never be too sure what you might find or who you might encounter. Let's explore the times Urbex Hill met those that live in the shadows, found artifacts that shouldn't be found, and see why sometimes something terrifying can be waiting just around the corner.
Oh my god, I would have ran. That scared the shit out of me.
Visiting the Westinghouse Electric Factory, Urbex explored the ruins of a once prosperous 7-building working facility. Now transformed into a pile of rubble, the walls are now painted with graffiti and forever stained by rust and the smell of decade-old waste and garbage. Urbex moves to the basement level of one of the buildings, and if you think this location couldn't get more unsettling, think again. The basement is practically a labyrinth, filled with winding halls and empty rooms. There's countless places to hide, and no matter where you are, you can never feel completely safe. Every sector of this basement has some sort of corner or crevice that you can hide in. If you're not alone, then you can only hope that you find them before somebody finds you.
Why? Why do you want to find them?
You scared the fuck out of me. Yo.
Run!
You need some help, bro?
This is from a horror movie.
Yo. Fuck that. He's not even responding. I'm gonna leave him alone. Get the fuck out of his way.
Urbex found a man shirtless and crouched in the corner of one of the halls in the basement. He tried to communicate with the man, however, whether he's asleep or not wanting to talk, he does not respond, and Urbex quickly flees.
You know, honestly, I feel bad for him now. Cause, like, imagine sleeping down here in the dark. That's actually kind of sad.
Don't go back!
You know what? I'm gonna help that dude out. I'm gonna leave him some money.
Not labeling him as an immediate threat, he battles the idea of going back and giving him a little bit of money. He decided on revisiting the man, however on his venture back, he discovers something harrowing.
No, run away!
The man was gone.
Yo.
Urbex suddenly went from cautiously generous to terrified. Where was this man? Was he dangerous? And if he was, he could be anywhere. He slowly and very cautiously searched the nearby area, and after not spotting the man, began to escape the premises. There was no way he wanted to continue searching the building with a potential danger walking within. On his way out, he got one more sight of the man, before finally reaching the exit and escaping the building.
Holy shit.
On May 29th of 2023, Urbex explored the Robert Fulton Elementary School, a 92-year-old building that has since been abandoned. This wasn't the first time Urbex visited this location. He first visited here on March 1st of 2021, where he would discover some strange occurrences. He noted that he could hear humming coming from down the corridors, and even at one moment, multiple bangs could be heard against the walls of the school. Although no one was found, it seemed very likely that Urbex wasn't alone. On his revisit, nothing seemed too different from the last time. He found a few new additions placed in the hallways, however there was no sign that somebody was actively here. However, after passing a familiar room, Urbex noticed that one of the doorways was barricaded.
I think somebody's in there.
He looked through the rubble and noticed that it might be a hideout made by a person. He entered into the neighboring classroom where he found a few unsettling things. On the
Yo.
chalkboard, there were words that read, "Don't explore alone," and a sign on the door leading to the barricaded room that read, "Keep out."
Yo, they're gonna jump at you. They're gonna jump out. 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 Bro. Bro, don't go in.
Yeah, somebody's been.
Bro, don't go in, bro. Get out.
Somebody's been living in here.
This is a horror movie, yo. This is a horror movie. Don't look behind you. Don't look behind you.
The man living in the building was currently hiding in the room. The initial reactions would be fear for Urbex's safety. However, situations like this begin to make you think, who's currently viewed as the predator? You don't hear footsteps chasing after Urbex once he starts running. The man living here was likely terrified, hiding in the deepest corner of his room, hoping to not be found. Only in the last moment possible did he resort to a scream in a desperate attempt to scare off the man exploring his home.
You see, this is why you should never explore these freaking abandoned places, bro. Yo, what if that guy was behind him and trying to murder him, bro? These people, you don't know what they're gonna do to you. Their lives is at an end, bro. They can murder you before they kill themselves, bro. Why would you? Yo, this is so stupid.
On January 20th, Urbex explored an undisclosed abandoned school that was supposedly haunted. He walked through the stairwells and corridors of this building, however soon noticed that ghosts weren't the only thing he should be worried about.
Oh shit. Somebody's here.
Thank God it's dark. I can't see shit.
There was somebody else roaming the building. Whether this be another explorer who ran in the opposite direction, or an occupant who currently lives in the facility, Urbex was obviously cautious. He briefly waited, however noticing that the other person didn't engage after being spotted, he labeled the situation as non-threatening and moved on. Throughout this video, he would encounter the occupant multiple times, once through their shadow moving in the neighboring rooms, and even hearing their footsteps run up the stairwell.
That's crazy.
Hello?
It was very clear that this person didn't want visitors, and it's somewhat sad to see them running away from explorers as they breach the building that they call home.
That's
Although
crazy. You
it's
follow
certainly
them.
unsettling to roam these abandoned buildings knowing that you're not alone, this was not the most terrifying moment in this upload. Let's see what happens when Urbex takes a look inside one of the restrooms.
Bro, I see this in the beginning, bro. You don't have to show it to me again.
Holy shit. Oh, fuck. Somebody's in there.
You're not running? You're just not running?
Luckily, this wasn't anything threatening. It was a doll that was dressed with a mask to look like a human. However, I did notice something. Unlike many of the other buildings explored by Urbex, this location wasn't riddled with graffiti or other signs of external tampering. This place seems relatively unexplored, and with the occupant of the building continuously running away from Urbex, I want to assume it was them that planted this doll, acting as some sort of scarecrow to scare away explorers that try and visit the school. Unfortunately for them, however, Urbex was no amateur. He was more than happy to take a second look and expose the desperate line of defense that was created to ward off trespassers.
Oh, this guy is that main character from Resident Evil, bruh. He is exploring this whole thing like he's fearless. But his life is not on the line. I don't know why he's doing this.
I'm hesitant to include this next video, as it's quite the anomaly. I'm very
is
skeptical
worse.
when it comes to determining what videos I want to include on my channel, and I try not to include anything that feels too fake. I was very drawn to Urbex Hill, as most of his content seems very genuine. He has over 60 videos on his channel, with many not featuring unsettling encounters, just merely explorations of abandoned buildings. He often includes some paranormal finds, however these are usually up to interpretation, such as a smudge moving across the screen. I haven't seen any instance where there was an obvious edit of any ghost or ghoul, which makes the next video I'm about to show you all the more perplexing. Urbex heard rumor of an abandoned tunnel system located deep within the forest of Cleveland, Ohio. This 10-mile, seemingly endless tunnel was nothing special. For the most part, it was just a straight walk through a stream of water, no interesting structures or places to explore. However, after Urbex found the source of the water streaming into the tunnel, he would unknowingly capture something terrifying. There are two mysterious figures that peek out from around the corner of a neighboring tunnel. Urbex seems to have no reaction, which implies to me that he didn't catch what happened in the moment. It's hard to hear anything, as the running water muffles the entire audio. However, Urbex walks down this tunnel and finds nothing interesting.
He kept going?
As mentioned previously, this is very odd coming from Urbex. In no video prior has there been any paranormal activity like this before, and to make things even more odd,
Bats?
he doesn't react. If this was staged, you would think that he would do things like this more often. He also doesn't label this as a paranormal occurrence like he normally would. Instead, he referred to this as just a strange creature. Diving deeper into the comments, we can see a discussion that Urbex has with his audience, theorizing that this might be pet chimpanzees who escaped into the wild. Although this does seem like a wild stretch, to further support this theory, Urbex would later encounter a sound coming from the tunnel.
What the fuck?
Run. Just run, dude.
Sorry,
Just run.
I'm no expert, but this could very well be the chimpanzees that they were theorizing that these creatures could be. Others also noted that this looks very familiar to the viral video titled "Sewer Creature Spotted," which has been confirmed to be a hoax, so I'm unsure what to think about this. Let me know what you think in the comments below.
It could be a chimpanzee, actually. It could be.
The final entry featured in this list isn't one that's visually
great.
terrifying, nor is it dangerous or pushing the edge on paranormal activity. The video titled "The Letter" showcases the unsettling dread of death, leaving this earth and not knowing what happens to the things you leave behind. Exploring an abandoned church, Urbex found his way to a library housing various books and stored documents. He examined a few things and opened up some books before stumbling across a handwritten letter. This letter said the following.
Okay.
Life is strange. When you are young, the concept of death seems incomprehensible. It's hard to even consider that one day you will die, as if your own mortality doesn't exist. But the fact is, we don't know how long we will be on this earth. I would always hear stories about people getting sick and dying, but I never thought it would happen to me. Yet, here I am, at 24 years old on my deathbed. As the days go by, I get closer to my inevitable demise. So before I die, I want to tell you how much you mean to me. You have always shown me nothing but true love, and for that, I will always be grateful. I cherish all the wonderful memories we shared, and I could not have asked for a better mother. It breaks my heart that you have to bury your own child. I always imagined I would have a wonderful family with a lot of children. I wanted to spend my time on this earth with the love of my life, but unfortunately, that won't happen, as I only have a short time to live. I know it's hard to accept, but be strong. We will be reunited again one day in heaven. Thank you, Mom, for everything you have done for me. Love, Mary.
It's impossible to know if this letter ever got to her mother, or if it was left at this church, lost forever in the ruins of an abandoned establishment. It's just depressing to wonder what will happen to our belongings when we go, and if our last words will ever be heard.
If you're on your deathbed, who are the last person you want to speak to? I feel like I would want to speak to at least obviously my family, probably my aunt. She would probably be the last person I want to speak to. What would I say to them? Interesting.